Whether you're trying to capture the crack of a bat hitting a homer or the fast-paced swoosh of skis hitting the slopes, you'll want a camera that can record every moment. They're useful because you can mount them to pretty much anything from skateboards, surfboards, and bicycles, to helmets, body parts, and even your pets. After researching the market, we have come up with the top 5 best sports video cameras from the market. They will do what they are intended for and some more. So without further ado, let's start with the video. And don't forget to check the product link in the description. Number 1. Sony ZV-E10. The Sony ZV-E10 is an interchangeable lens vlogging camera that borrows elements from the Sony A6100 and the Sony ZV-1. Like the ZV-1, it has dedicated vlogging features, including a fully articulated screen and specialized autofocus modes like Product Showcase. The Sony ZV-E10 is excellent for vlogging, which is no surprise since this is its intended use. The camera has a fully articulated screen that lets you monitor yourself while filming. If you don't have a monopod or shooting grip, the camera's hand grip has a relatively flat design that makes it easier to hold in a selfie position. It has an excellent autofocus system that tracks faces well, and the video quality is good overall. The Sony ZV-E10 is great for travel photography. The body is very portable and lightweight, and the camera feels pretty sturdy. It also has a great battery life for longer days on the go, depending on how frequently you shoot and what settings you use. Its autofocus system is excellent at tracking moving subjects and provides several options for you to fine-tune its performance. Image quality is great, especially if you just want to shoot JPEG. The Sony ZV-E10 is very good for landscape photography. Its APS-C sensor offers a solid amount of dynamic range to bring out shadow and highlight detail in high-contrast scenes. That said, it naturally has less usable dynamic range than full-frame alternatives. The Sony ZV-E10 is decent for sports and wildlife. It has a few different continuous shooting speed settings to choose from, so you can adapt the speed to different situations and subjects. It has a fairly quick max burst rate of 11 frames per second, which is well suited to capturing moving wildlife or sports. Its autofocus system is excellent overall. Thankfully, you can fine-tune the AF sensitivity to suit your needs. Though it's aimed at vloggers, it also makes for a great general video camera for those looking for a more affordable interchangeable lens option. Number 2. Nikon Z50. The Nikon Z50 is the first APS-C camera in Nikon's mirrorless Z series. It sits below full-frame models like the Nikon Z5 and Nikon Z6 II and above the smaller, vlogging-oriented Nikon Z30. It's well built and feels great in the hand. Toss and fast mechanical burst shooting, decent video specs, and a good autofocus system, and you've got a well-rounded camera with a lot to offer for beginners and more advanced users alike. The Nikon Z50 is good for sports and wildlife photography. Its autofocus system has a great tracking feature, if not quite as reliable as higher-end mirrorless models. Still, it can shoot at a relatively quick burst rate. It can still capture plenty of shots in a single continuous burst. Images also look sharp and detailed. The Nikon Z50 is decent for vlogging. Just be aware that putting it on a tripod can block the screen. There's no built-in sensor stabilization, but using lenses with optical stabilization can help reduce camera shake. Its autofocus also does an excellent job of keeping faces in focus when recording video. The Nikon Z50 is decent for travel photography. It takes sharp, clear images, even in dimly lit environments, and is well built with a weather-sealed body. It also has an excellent autofocus system for still or slower-moving subjects. The Nikon Z50 is good for landscape photography. Image quality is impressive, with excellent dynamic range to bring out more highlight and shadow detail. If you can live without IBIS, you can save some money with a mid-range option like the Nikon Z50. It's an excellent camera for its price, with a well-built, weather-sealed body that feels great in the hand. Its APS-C sensor can produce high-quality videos and performs fairly well, even in trickier lighting. You also get a solid amount of frame rate options, including 4K up to 30 frames per second and 1080p up to 120 frames per second for slow-motion shots. Number 3. Olympus OMD EM5. The Olympus OMD EM5 Mark III is a micro 4/3 mirrorless camera with retro styling that calls to mind Olympus's classic line of OM-SLR cameras. It's a small, lightweight interchangeable lens camera that delivers excellent image quality, rivaling cameras with larger sensors. It's a great option for vlogging thanks to its good video quality, low light capability, and excellent in-body image stabilization. It also has a fully articulated screen to monitor yourself as you record or help you take photos from unconventional angles. Its autofocus system is excellent at tracking moving subjects when shooting video, but it's just okay for photography using its out-of-the-box settings. The Olympus OMD EM5 Mark III is amazing for vlogging. It's relatively compact and lightweight, making it easy to take on the go, and it has a fully articulated screen to help you monitor yourself while recording. Its 5-axis in-body stabilization feature does an excellent job of smoothing out the camera's shake. The autofocus system also does a great job of tracking faces, ensuring you stay in focus while vlogging. It also delivers fantastic video quality when shooting in low light in either 4K or FHD, but it introduces more noise in brighter conditions, especially in FHD. The Olympus OMD EM5 Mark III is very good for sports and wildlife photography. Its image quality is excellent, as photos stay sharp and relatively noise-free at higher ISO levels. It also has a very good shooting speed with a virtually instant buffer empty time, so you can capture fast action in quick bursts without slowing down. It has an amazing in-body image stabilization feature, which can help reduce camera shake when shooting at long focal lengths without a tripod. The Olympus OMD EM5 Mark III is good for travel photography. It's small and lightweight, making it easy to take with you wherever you go. It also has excellent image quality, with photos that look sharp and relatively noise-free even at higher ISO levels. Number 4. Sony FDR-AX53. This Sony AX53 has a stunning image stabilization system. This one tops it all. The image is so still that even if you film from a car in motion, it looks like you were filming standing on the ground with a sturdy tripod. Boosting its role as an event-focused camcorder, Sony significantly upgrades its top-of-the-line 4K consumer model, the AX33, with the new FDR-AX53. Though it looks similar to the older model, the AX53 incorporates a new lens, new sensor, and new microphone, pretty much the main elements which define video quality. Sony has switched from a 1.2.3-inch 4 to 3 aspect ratio sensor to a 2.5-inch 16:9 version. In previous models, the camcorder cropped into the middle 8 megapixels for shooting video, which means smaller pixels subset from a higher resolution sensor. The newer model uses the entire 8 megapixel sensor, which has larger pixels. The result is much improved low-light video quality. In addition to doubling the optical zoom range from 10x to 20x, Sony has changed the optical construction by introducing an advanced aspherical lens. It also uses a faster autofocus algorithm and a new 5-directional microphone designed for less sound bouncing around the capsule. New features include high frame rate recording to create slow-motion HD video and automatic 4K time-lapse creation. The company also revealed 2 less interesting mainstream HD models. The HDR-CX675 fills a hole in the current lineup as a free version of the PJ670, with the same autofocus updates as the AX53's, improved balanced optical steady shot stabilization, and time-lapse capture. The HDR-CX455 has the more typical version of Sony's optical image stabilization. It's a free version of last year's PJ410 with a slightly larger and higher resolution LCD, 5.1 channel sound, a built-in lens cover, time-lapse, and improved autofocus. The focal length for wide-angle shots is very good, and the easier use of assigning different functions to the manual ring is also more comfortable. All in all, a very good camera for daily use. Number 5. Vlogging HD Camcorder. This digital video camera supports the shooting of full HD 1080p video and 24MP photos. Besides, it supports a 3.0-inch IPS screen, 16x digital zoom, and remote control. All these configurations provide a smooth shooting experience and wonderful effects. This camcorder is so sturdy and lightweight that you can take it around. In a word, it would be a perfect gift for your parents and kids. Sticking with traditional camcorders, this generic brand camcorder gets the job done at minimum cost. The resulting output video footage is very respectable and even comparable to the Canon Vixia HF-R800, especially when filming under optimal conditions. The cheap package includes a generous number of features. A built-in flashlight, a large 3-inch screen that can tilt back and forth, and a hot shoe with which you can mount accessories including the external microphone that it comes bundled with. It's a decent camcorder for filming sports, and the external mic can be attached to better capture the ambient noises at sports events. Night vision camcorder can shoot high-definition images and videos in low light conditions and even in the darkness. Additionally, the video shoot camera is compatible with external fill light to complement the light source. It also supports the external microphone with a 3.5mm jack for clear audio recording and expandable storage with an SD card of up to 128GB. You can pause long video shooting at any point and continue from where you stopped without starting a new file. This camera also supports remote control. Therefore, all the controls can be accessed through physical or remote controller buttons. No members are excluded from the group photo. This vlog camera supports recording while charging and also comes with two 1500 mAh batteries, so you don't worry about running out of power when you are recording an important event. This digital camcorder supports video at intervals of motion detection, time-lapse, self-shooting, and continuous shooting.